Time for another Man in Gray book review. Today's book is On the High Wire by Philippe Petit, translated from the French and with an introduction by Paul Auster. It was originally published in 1985. This reprint from New Directions Publishing was published in 2019. It's 128 pages. Philippe Petit is a French acrobat and high-wired tightrope walker. He first attracted attention in 1971 when he and a group of friends snuck onto the roof of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris and strung a wire between the two towers. Petit then walked across the wire while juggling balls, to the amazement of the crowd below. He expanded on this stunt in 1973 by walking on a wire between the two supporting towers of Australia's Sydney Harbour Bridge. But by far his most outlandish feat was in 1974 when he and his Confederates disguised themselves as construction workers and made their way to the top of the unfinished World Trade Center in New York. In the early morning hours, commuters were treated to Petit tightrope walking between the twin towers some 1,300 feet above the ground for some 45 minutes. In this, his first book, Petit presents what is essentially a handbook for would-be wire walkers. In a series of short poetic chapters, Petit explains how to prepare the wire, how to choose the proper balancing pole, and the techniques for both walking and running on the wire. He also exposes the tricks some rope walkers use to fool audiences, such as attaching an invisible safety line to their costume, or stringing a second smaller wire above the walker's head, allowing them to grab on if they lose their balance. He also writes about the fear of falling, the danger of losing concentration while walking, and the challenge of walking the rope while blindfolded. What Philippe Petit never directly addresses is the reason why anyone would want to risk their life doing an activity that's essentially pointless. Soldiers who risk death do so for their country. Journalists who report in combat zones believe in the importance of covering the story. Construction workers take risks to build something that will be of use to their fellow citizens. But walking across a high wire for the entertainment of spectators seems like a dubious enterprise. Some people simply need to take absurd risks to feel truly alive. Mountain climbers, extreme sports athletes, and stunt pilots routinely risk life and limb for the adrenaline high they need to have to live a satisfactory life. On the High Wire is a book for those curious about high wire walkers and what makes them tick. It will not fully explain the odd compulsion that people like Philippe Petit have to endanger their lives routinely, but it will give you some insight into their mindset. The book is On the High Wire. The author is Philippe Petit, and this has been another Man in Gray book review. Thanks for watching.